Lemonade by Beyonce. You've heard? Okay, that's a hello. That's a pretty good amount of hands up. So obviously there are so many issues that are wrapped up into Beyonce's performance piece Lemonade. So what we kind of want to talk about is really more so than just the basic, like what would you do if your man is cheating on you, because I feel like we've had that conversation so many times. We all know what we would do, and it's quite polarizing. So I want to open up the topic, open up the floor a little bit more, and just kind of really look at it on a deeper level. What values do your children's role models need to have? Beyonce, there's so many memes, like if Beyonce says leave your man, and we have this beehive, so like whatever Beyonce says, we do. And I have an issue with that, although I am a huge Beyonce fan, and as an artist myself, I see so much value in what she did. However, I feel like we're doing a service to ourselves as women by saying we're going to blindly follow this one person who is also human, and who makes her own mistakes and uses poor judgment at times, or great judgment at times. She's just like us. So I just wanted to open the floor up. We're going to have a conversation, a dialogue, and kind of just dissect the importance we put on what is fiction, because definitely some parts of what we saw was fiction, and really just contrast that against the values in which we raise our kids, the values in which we live our lives by, and then just what keeps us ticking and motivated as women put in this position of relationships with our men.
Thank you. I'm JoJo, and for me this is a great topic because I'm a fan. When Noni said, "Oh, we're gonna have this topic," I said, "Well, I can't do it if it's all haters." Because I just can't take that much hating on it. But I love what you said because, I'm actually going to see Beyonce on Saturday, 1 week from today. Woo, I'll be in Pasadena.
Me too.
I see you there. Hey, girl. And I have seen it quite a few times and listened to it probably too much because I'm getting ready for the concert. But you're absolutely right. Because her beehive is if you follow any part, you don't even have to follow.
You don't have to.
You say anything about anything next, and the beehive comes out like that's why I'm a survivor. We go back to Destiny's Child days. We go back to loving Beyonce, and it's exactly what you said. Whatever she says, the people follow, males and females, and. One thing about this new album, if you haven't heard it and you've just heard the critiques of it, it's very raw, I would say, and it's very human. So that's what I like what you said about it, because there's a song in there that I personally struggle with. I like it, I'm not gonna lie, but I personally struggle with it because it says, throw your hands up, middle finger in the air, okay, to the world. And I've seen it, and she's like, and if you haven't seen it, Serena Williams is in this particular video, and it's like, boy, bye. And it's just like you say, leave your man. But we're not in her world. She's human, but we don't live in this, Jay-Z, Beyonce, entertainment. I mean, we couldn't because of who they are and the amount of years they have been doing this. So I do feel it is something that we should recognize as women, as lovers or haters, or just as in relationship building. We should definitely recognize that, she's human on the same level as all of us. And it almost goes back to the discussion we were having earlier about taking time off of school, that 1 year gap. It's different for every individual. If she wants to leave, and us as women in our relationships, if we want to, hey, boy, bye. And maybe it's that time because he's been cheating on her so long. But maybe it's not that time. And there's another album on there. It's called Sandcastles. That's one of my favorites. Very short, 2-minute, kind of a love song where she's just like, we built these sandcastles and, they're tumbling down. But a lot of the songs still say at the very end, I love you. come back to me. And I think that was important from when we jumped off this whole thing about relationships and how we should always continue to build them. So it's a great topic.
Hello, everybody. I personally love it. I just feel that it's her most authentic work. I think that it's shown that, you know, everyone has this image of them being like, almost like, you know, very royal and perfect, and every relationship is just not that way. Everyone has their ups, their downs, and it's just kind of like a peek. What we're seeing is just a peek into that relationship. And KayCee mentioned as far as like the importance and role models and what we look for in relationships. I mean, I know a lot of people have almost idolized their relationship as far as goals and this, that, and the other, but I mean, personally for me, they look great, they're nice, but my relationship goals come from my parents, who I see, you know, day in, day out, you know, get through it, and that's what I want for myself and for my future. So I think it's important, you know, as we take these, you know, pieces of work to really, you know, remember the heroes that are just next to us every day as far as who to look up to, who to strive to be as far as, you know, that standard, that model to follow for relationships. But all in all, I mean, I like it. I like the album. I'll be there Saturday in formation.
Yes, honey.
And I mean,
hot sauce swag.
Yes, in my bag as well.
My
Yes,
bag.
yes. So I mean, do you guys have any like opinions as far as?
I have a question.
There's an opinion behind you.
Oh, who has an opinion? Oh, okay. Because otherwise I have a question.
Stuff like Beyonce and Jay-Z's goals and everything, how they're perfect and stuff. And in the visual, she put, God is God, I am not God. It shows that she's not perfect. You know, like, they're gonna make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're humans. We are not God. We are not God.
They do. It comes in very subliminal if you haven't
Yeah,
seen
it does.
it. It just
Quick.
flashes quick and you're like, what was that? And then yeah, it's good.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
I just want you guys to think about what is the equivalent of Becky with the Wu-Tang?
Oh.
What's the equivalent?
There is no equivalent. Becky is Becky. She has the hair she has. I am KayCee. I have the hair I have. And that is what it is. There is no equivalent. And I feel like, personally, I'm very torn because I love Beyonce. However, I feel like the woman bashing has gotten to a whole new level about a song that is meant to empower women to make their own choices. The Beehive jumped on Rachel Ray, who isn't even...
Rachel Roy.
No, they attacked
Oh,
both
they did.
Rachel Ray and Rachel Roy because people were confused. So this poor lady on the Food Network is getting hate from women. She's not even involved. And so my whole thing
Probably don't even
is,
know Beyonce.
she probably is very unfamiliar. So my whole thing is, like, we really have to examine what we're doing. So we're empowering the Black woman who needs to be empowered. However, we cannot do so at the detriment of other women or other people because that becomes hate. That becomes what we know as racism, prejudice. And the slope is very slippery because I work in the entertainment industry and I've seen how aggressive people can be when they really follow celebrities dogmatically. And they just, whatever is not that celebrity is wrong. And I just feel like we all need to take a little bit of responsibility in making sure that although we enjoy this piece of work, that's not meant to hurt anyone who is not included or who is not the anthem for, because Becky with the good hair might listen to this song and be like, I can totally identify with what she's going through and how she feels.
To me, I interpreted Becky with good hair as just like an irrelevant person who is just another person inside their marriage. I mean, I definitely see where people are coming from as far as feeling But it's very specific, talking about a specific type of girl, person, but I mean, it is, in a sense, it's like, you know, we're trying to have a party, we're trying to boy vibe, but, you know, we don't need to say Becky with good hair. I get where you're coming from with that, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, is there an equivalent? When I heard it obviously in the before I had actually heard it in the song, and when I or saw the visual, by the time I heard it in the song and saw it, obviously I would have these, you know, what media put in my head. But then when I listened to it and I saw for myself, I was just more like you, like, hey, you know, call somebody else. It just seemed like it rhymed.
Yeah.
More than it was an attack against another woman. And that's what a lot of people are doing, jumping on this bandwagon, trying to figure out who it is. But it just seemed, in my humble opinion, it just seemed like it was, you know, part of the song.
Part of the song.
More than it was an attack against a person. Because in any relationship, there's a somebody with something. And I think the part of the media that the media got right, and that I personally agree with, was the whole thing about empowering Black women. Because we all, you know, her hair was every kind of which way, which I loved. She had the long braids, she had short, she had her natural, she had everything going on. And that's how, as Black women, we all have different hair, and we all have different things going on with our hair. So I interpreted, when I first saw it, the equivalent would be, you know what, go be with somebody else who doesn't have hair like me, because you're gonna get this from me. You're gonna get nappy, you're gonna get straight, you're gonna get it all. So go and find somebody with good hair. That's all, you know, that's the equivalent.
Yeah, it was art. Sometimes art is art.
Yeah.
I was gonna say sometimes art is just art, and it's not necessarily, like, if you notice, while people are being attacked and everyone's assuming who Becky is, Beyonce and Jay-Z have her being completely silent. No one knows who they are. She may not even exist. She don't even be a celebrity. So, you know, sometimes, and just in my opinion, I'm not saying anyone here, but in general, social media just is looking to attack people, and people are really bored. And they just focus on their own lives, because Beyonce's not even concerned about how anyone feels about who Becky is.
Right. Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. I actually thought Tiffany was Shaniqua.
Shaniqua? No.
No. It's like she's not me.
Yeah, that's really more so what it is.
That's more so she's not me. Whoever she is, go for it. But my hair is, I mean, I think this is good hair. I think
It is great hair.
right? But that's the world's perception is good hair is not
Straight.
the hair. If we look around, it's not our hair. As Black women, that's what I got from it.
That's really empowering. I love that. I didn't get that. Thank you so much. This is why we have these things. Lady Jojo. Lady Jojo.
I know that JoJo. Yes. Hey, lady. Pleasure.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to say something real quick about what's going on in the discussion. I think Becky, I don't want to be killed. I know. Becky is real. And Becky is the white chick that you don't want to be. Just like Shaniqua is the Black chick that you don't want to be. And that's it.
I like that.
That's what they meant by Becky. When they
Well,
call
thank you
Becky,
for keeping it real.
Becky was real.
She wasn't real.
Well, yeah, Becky is a real person, but Becky is not one
It's not real,
specific
but it's
person.
real.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shaniqua is not real, but it's real. It's just in that context.